Peace, my friends. Welcome to practice. I'm Ben, and today we have a level 2-3 Vinyasa class, right? So this is great for your more experienced practitioners. This is great for yoga teachers who want to challenge themselves. And this is also totally cool for beginners or people newer to the practice of yoga. Just give yourself time and grace to kind of figure things out. In this class, I'm not really going to be explaining things as much. I'm kind of just going to be giving the instruction, and we're going to flow at a little bit of a slightly faster pace through these poses. So with that being said, take this how you will, and welcome to practice. I'm super excited to be here. Hope your energy is good today, and if not, that's what we're here to do, is create some good energy. So let's go ahead and find downward facing dog. And as you come into your down dog, breathe for a moment. And then from down dog, walk the hands backwards until you're in chair pose. So once you get to the back of the mat, reach the arms up and sink the hips low. Take an inhale. On the exhale, stand and bring your hands to heart. Inhale back to chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale in plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, forward fold, back of the mat. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand, bring hands to heart. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale, in plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, fold, back of the mat. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand, hands to heart. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Inhale, in plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, fold, back of the mat. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand, hands to heart. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank. Crawl yourself out. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, fold, back of the mat. Inhale, chair. Exhale, hands to heart, stand up. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank. Keep it going. I know it's a lot. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, back of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand, bring hands to heart. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Just another couple rounds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk out to plank. Hold plank on your inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, fold, back of your mat. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand, bring hands to heart. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank pose. Hold your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, back of the mat, fold. Last time, chair pose, inhale. Exhale, stand, hands to heart. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk out to plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, child's pose. For slightly more active child's pose, come onto your fingertips. Lift the elbows off of the mat. Take some slow breaths. Start to lift up. Extend the legs out in front of you. Come into a seat. Navasana boat pose. Start to lower. Lift and lower. High boat, low boat. So from Navasana to Ardha Navasana. Or from boat pose to half boat. And then we're just going up and down. Going up and down. Let's keep going. We're going for time, not speed. So the speed is your choice. We're just going for time. We'll be here for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Amazing work. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 on 1. Crow pose. So rock forward, use some momentum, come onto your toes, plant the palms, crow pose. If you can't do crow pose, just try. Trying is just as good as actually doing it. Or take malasana squat, because that's where we're heading. Is we're going to lower the feet down and we're going to take a malasana squat. Malasana squat. I know we're still just warming up the hips, right? So if you want, you can use elbows to the insides of the knees to help open through the hips a little bit more. It's always okay if your ankles pop up in malasana, no worries. Right into another crow pose. Hands down, lift knees onto triceps. Maybe you stay here. Maybe this is where you're at today. Maybe this is where you're at today. Lift one foot, maybe both feet. All right. And then from crow this time, chaturanga. Step back, hop back, float back, into upward facing dog, into downward facing dog. From down dog, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Step through to crescent lunge. High crescent lunge, so right foot through, arms up to the sky. Bring your hands to heart center, lean out, warrior 3. From warrior 3, lift up to a one-legged Tadasana, left knee into the chest, and then bring your right hand to the outside of your left leg, left arm back. So you could stay here, standing twist with your knee bent, or grab outer edge of left foot, standing twist with open arms. Breathe for a moment. Untwist. Come back to one-legged Tadasana. Bend your knee, arms up. Step all the way back, high crescent lunge. This time with your arms back. Some people call this an arrowhead position, right? Because it's like the top of the head is the tip of the arrow. The arms are like the wings of the arrow. Reach up for high crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground. Vinyasa from there. Chaturanga into upward facing dog, into downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Step through for high crescent lunge, arms up. Bring your hands to heart center, shift forward, warrior 3, balance. One-legged Tadasana, right knee into the chest, stand, and then twist to your right. So again, right arm back. You can bring left hand to outside of right thigh, or grab the foot and extend. I'm just gonna say standing twist from here on out, and then you'll know that these are the options. Come back to one-legged Tadasana, arms up. Step back to crescent lunge with airplane arms, or this, I'll just call this arrowhead from now on, because I don't know what else to call it. I don't think this has a Sanskrit name or anything. All right, reach up, crescent lunge. On your exhale, hands to the earth. Step back to plank. Take a vinyasa from there. Find control, find meditation. All right, let's add on. So right leg to the sky. Step right foot through for high crescent lunge. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. Lean out, warrior 3. One-legged Tadasana, pull the left knee in. Standing twist, rotate open. Give yourself a moment to breathe into the twist, to stand up a little taller. Listen carefully, warrior 2. So we'll untwist, and then, or we'll more so we'll just release the left leg, and we'll stay sort of in that direction so that we can step the left foot back for warrior 2. That transition will start to feel more normal as we do it a few times. It's kind of a weird transition the first time though. From warrior 2, find triangle. Extend the right leg, Trikonasana. Lots of space across the wingspan. From Trikonasana, bend your knee and then reverse your warrior. Create new space in your right side body. Inhale here. Exhale, rotate both hands to the mat, and then find side plank or wild thing on the left hand. So left hand is down, right hand is to the sky. Side plank or wild thing. Take an inhale. On the exhale, both hands down for plank. Take anywhere from 0 to 5 chaturanga push-ups, and then just take that right into your Upward facing dog when you're ready. Big inhale into downward facing dog. Exhale. Left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Left foot steps through for high crescent lunge. Rise up. Bring your hands to heart center. Lean out, warrior three position. One-legged Tadasana. Rise. And then open twist to your right. All right, so we're headed to warrior two. So we can kind of keep our upper body oriented here, but we, of course, gently release the right foot and we step back, and then it's warrior two. So it's actually kind of a pretty natural transition. It's just a little awkward at first, but it does sort of make sense. At least I think so. Triangle pose. Extend the left leg, reach forward, and then you're in triangle. Make it active. Bend your left knee until it's over the ankle and reverse your warrior. Let it feel nice. From reverse warrior, cartwheel your hands down. Take a side plank or wild thing on your right hand. Left foot steps back. Take an inhale. Exhale, both hands down, both feet for plank. Take 0 to 5 push-ups. Take that right into up dog when you're ready. And then back to down dog when you're ready. Right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Right foot steps, top of the mat, crescent lunge, hands up. From crescent lunge, bring your hands to heart, lean out, warrior three. One-legged Tadasana, left knee into the chest. Open twist to your left. Slow step back into warrior two. Triangle pose, extend your right leg, find Trikonasana. Bend your right knee, reverse the warrior. This time, cartwheel the hands down to the mat, step into a forward fold at the top of the mat. Bend the knees and come into a toe standing squatting position. Stay here, it's really good for your feet, or take crow pose, bakasana. This is going to take us right into our vinyasa, so you could very gently just step back, one foot then the other. Or of course you could jump back from your bakasana. Take up dog into down dog. Left leg up, left foot steps through, crescent lunge, hands up. Warrior three, hands to heart, lean out, balance. One-legged Tadasana, right leg into the chest. Open twist to your right. Find your variation that works. Stand tall. Warrior two, gentle step back. We don't want to fling anything. We don't want to rush anything. Slow is strong. And I know we're moving pretty fast today, triangle pose. But still, we go through these faster transitions with a groundedness, with a balance, not with a rush. Bend your left knee for reverse warrior. And then this time, cartwheel both hands down, step forward, top of the mat, forward fold. Leave yourself a little bit of space in the front of your mat. Take a toe stand. Stay here in toe stand. I love this pose. Or take crow. Bakasana. Lift knees onto triceps. Maybe you float one foot, maybe two. From here, we go right into our vinyasa. Step back or hop back. Up dog into down dog. From down dog, right leg up, right leg to the sky. Right leg steps through high crescent lunge, hands up. Hands to heart, lean out, warrior three. Rise into one-legged Tadasana. And then open twist to your left. Slow entry into warrior two. From warrior two, straighten right leg, Trikonasana posture. Bend your right knee, reverse your warrior, scoop the energy up. Side angle pose. Find a bind if you want. Find a bind if you want. You can always do side angle without the bind. All right, then release this, Skandasana, back of the mat. From Skandasana, back of the mat, head to half moon, front of the mat, on the right foot. Let it be imperfect. Our legs are doing a lot here, so give yourself grace. From here, chair pose. So let's see how slowly we can exit this pose, especially because we're going from open hip in half moon to close hip. Anytime we go from open to close hip, we want to be mindful. Chair pose, into toe stand, into bakasana, crow pose. This time, add on a malasana squat. So from crow, I know some of you might want to just shoot back from crow. Resist that urge. Take a malasana. Settle things down. Try to have a long spine in malasana. Of course, that's relative. I'm sure I can't see my own spine right now, but I'm sure it's rounding a little at the bottom, but the effort is there for me to sit up tall because I could just be sulking down into it. But much more benefits for the body when we sit up into the posture. From here, take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Bring feet to hips width. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, place the hands down, step back to plank. Take 0 to 5 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Into up dog. Into down dog. And I say 0 to 5 because I want to leave space for anybody. All right, left leg to the sky. Step through. Crescent lunge, hands up. Warrior 3, balance. One-legged Tadasana, right knee into chest. Open into your twist to the right. Gently release your twist so that you can step back to Warrior 2 position. Triangle pose, extend, reach, and hinge. Bend your left knee, reverse your warrior. Take this in a side angle with or without a bind. If you have the bind, let it go. Reverse again. And then half moon. Or I forgot the Skandasana, so you know what, go ahead and take a Skandasana, step back of the mat. You know, we forget things, and that's all good. We got a lot going on right now. And then from Skandasana, re-enter half moon. So you get an extra little breath in half moon this time. Top of the mat on your left foot. Right knee pulls into the chest, right foot plants down, chair pose. And you know, that's something that I learn over and over again. It's so much better to do things and to mess up and be okay with it, because that's where learning happens. That's where growth happens. It's actually amazing to mess up. It's amazing to fail. Every failure, every mess up, even if it's just a silly mistake of me forgetting one little Skandasana lunge in the flow, provides beautiful opportunity for growth. And to just practice compassion of being okay with making mistakes. What would happen if instead of judging ourselves, we were soft to ourselves? That's beautiful. All right, take a crow pose. Take a crow pose. And then from crow, lower to Malasana squat. Sit tall. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. This time, hands to the sky. Inhale. Press the hips forward, stand up. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take your vinyasa. If you want to take extra push-ups, you can, but no need to. Everything is personal preference. The vinyasa lands us back in down dog eventually. And, you know, I could always just cut out anytime I make a little mistake. I could always just edit it and cut it out. But, you know, I want the real me to be conveyed to you all, because this is not an environment where we're judging each other. This is not an environment where we're worried about being perfect. We come here to find home. We come here to find ourselves. We come here to find realness, to find truth. We come here as our sanctuary. I want it to be a real space. Whew. All right. From down dog, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Right foot steps through. High crescent lunge. Hands up. Warrior 3. One-legged Tadasana. Open into your twist. Warrior 2. Triangle pose. Reverse warrior, bend your right knee. Side angle pose, bind or no bind. Release your bind, Skandasana, back of the mat. Half moon pose, front of the mat. This time, Shiva squat. So instead of chair pose, pull the left knee in, close off the hips, take a Shiva squat. Left knee to the back of the right calf muscle or the back of the right knee ditch. From your Shiva squat, chair pose, lower the left foot next to the right, hands up, and then toe stand into optional bakasana. So lots of crow poses today, which means potentially lots of toe stands instead. Lower to malasana squat, open the hips. Find a forward fold, bring the feet back in. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, place the hands down, step back, move through your vinyasa from there. If you want to take extra chaturanga, Because you're extra like me, feel free to do it. Down dog, left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Left foot steps through, high crescent lunge. Inhale up, exhale, warrior three. Inhale, right knee into the chest. Exhale, twist to your right. Take a breath here. Warrior two, step back. Triangle pose. Bend your knee for reverse warrior. Into side angle, with or without a bind. Release your bind, skandasana, back of the mat. Cruise to the front of the mat, half moon pose. Into Shiva squat. Slowly close off the hips. Bring right knee to back of left knee and balance. Take this into chair. Both feet are squared. Hands up. Exhale. Hands down. Crow pose. From crow, lower to malasana squat. From malasana squat, inhale, hips open. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place the hands down, step back. Move through your vinyasa. Add on what you want to add on. The journey eventually takes us back to down dog. All right, last round through this flow. So right leg up, right leg steps through. Hands up, warrior three. One-legged Tadasana, open twist to your left. Slowly open to warrior two. From warrior two, take Trikonasana. Bend your right knee, reverse your warrior. Into side angle pose with or without your full bind. Release the bind, skandasana, back of the mat. Half moon, front of the mat. From half moon, close it off to your Shiva squat, left knee taps. And then from Shiva squat, both feet down for chair pose. Inhale up. Exhale, sink down. Toe stand or bakasana, crow pose. This time from crow pose, just go ahead and jump back. Take your up dog. Find your down dog. And then we have one more side to go. Left leg up, three-legged dog. Step through for high crescent lunge. Shift forward, warrior three. Rise up to stand, one-legged Tadasana. Open twist to your right. And then gentle step back, soft landing, warrior two. Trikonasana, open up new space. Reverse your warrior, bend left knee again. Side angle pose, add the bind if you want. And then release the bind, skandasana, back of the mat. Shift to the front of the mat, half moon pose. And then close off the hips for your Shiva squat. Chair pose, both feet down. Into one more toe stand or bakasana, crow pose. And then from here, step or shoot back, chaturanga, up dog, into down dog. From down dog, walk the hands backwards to the feet, forward fold, back of your mat. Relax down, shake out the knees. Maybe take a padahastasana, gorilla pose, slide the palms under your feet. Take an exhale. Come back up to standing when you're ready. Stand nice and tall. Then take a dancer's pose. Left hand, left foot, right hand to the sky. Natarajasana, dancer. Give yourself a few breaths here. And we head right from dancer into our figure four squat. So we'll release the dancer, we'll cross the left ankle over the right knee, and then we'll squat low. Come as low as you can, maybe even reach the hands down toward the earth. I like to use my arms to kind of cradle my right leg, my left leg. And that makes me feel a deeper hip stretch. I really like feeling the hip stretch here. It's just kind of a personal thing that I enjoy. All right, then slowly rise up and just release both feet to the mat and take a breath. Amazing work, y'all. This was quite the journey that we had together, especially in a 30-minute practice. We could have done all of that in an hour-long practice and it would have felt normal. So, the fact that you did all of this in 30 minutes is very beautiful. All right, let's bring right hand to right foot. Dancer's pose. And you know this time we're headed right into the figure four, so you can anticipate that, but we're still present with what we're doing right now. Cross it into figure four. Sink low. Take any variation of the figure four that works for you. And then rise up to standing when you're ready. Whew, shake out the knees a little bit. Drop down to a seated position. Come into boat pose, Navasana. Start to go from high boat to low boat, or from Navasana to Ardha Navasana. Ardha just means half, spelled A-R-D-H-A, half, Ardha. All right, so let's keep going for 20. Again, we're going for time. You choose the pace. Take a break if you ever want to. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, oh my gosh, it's so hard, 3, 2, on 1, roll forward, crow pose or handstand. Then breathe, try to stay there for a few breaths. Eventually, Malasana squat. For Malasana squat, we're going to half circle wheels. All right, so for this, just listen carefully or watch the screen. So we'll start to rock back and forth. And then eventually, we'll reach our right arm behind us, and we'll bridge the hips out. So it's like we're going to go all the way to wheel pose, except I can't do that, so we just go to like a half wheel or like almost toward wheel, and then we come back the same way we came in, back to Malasana, swing the other way, place left hand behind you, and then we imagine we're going to wheel, except we don't worry about actually getting there. And then we close it off, we swing back the other way, and that's just a tick-tock back and forth. Take about 5 rounds in both directions. Let it be an exploration. And if it starts to feel like a lot, just take a break, either in Malasana or take a forward fold. All right, last couple. And then once you finish with your last one, on the left side, come back through center, drop the butt down on the mat, and then take a wide-legged seated fold. I'll turn sideways to face y'all. You can either shift around a little bit or just fold down the middle. Close the eyes. Slow down the breath. Appreciate yourself for everything you are, for everything that you bring into the world. I may or may not actually know you, but I do know that you help to make the world a better place just by being in it. And I believe that we're all always just trying to come home to our best selves. And sometimes it's not easy to be our best selves. But as long as we're on the journey toward continuing to become closer to our best self, that's the journey we have to be on, and that's how we can be of the highest service to the world. Ultimately, it's just about how we make people feel. What is our impact? Is it kindness? Is it compassion? Or is it division? We're all just here on this earth to strive to find connection, and our ways of doing that can be anything we want. The ways in which we find connection is our individual journey. And that's what this yoga practice is here to help us do, is just to find connection.